Brought to you by Dehancer. Use the promo code RABBIT to receive 10% off Dehancer products. Dehancer.com.
Hello again, it's Jason Godbey from No Rest for the Weekend, and we're here with another movie review. I've got Yasin Lago on the Zoom, and we're going to be talking about How to Make a Kiling, the new film starring Glenn Powell and Margaret Qualley. We just saw it last night. Yas, give us a brief description of what happens in the movie.
The movie is basically about a young man named Beckett Redfellow who is raised in the modest town of Belleville, New Jersey, with his mother, who has raised him with the belief that he is part of the great Redfellow dynasty, which is a huge Rockefeller, Kennedy type of family, rich family, who has a long-standing legacy of being rich. Basically, they don't really go into what they do.
So yeah, our hero is found after he's been raised by his mother and told that he is this heir to this multi-billion-dollar fortune. We find him after his mother has died as a child, and he's grown up through the foster system. He's working in a men's shop in a suit store, and Margaret Qualley, who is a childhood friend of his who comes from the upper class, sees him and says, "Hey, weren't you the heir to a fortune once?" And he's like, "Well, and she's like, "Well, let me know when they're all dead." And this sort of sparks the idea that he has to murder his relatives in order to inherit the family fortune. So the plot is absurd. It's kind of silly, but I did find out that this is loosely based on another film called Kind Hearts and Coronets, and it's a British it's almost like a dark British drawing room comedy kind of thing. Like, it's got a very different vibe. This film has more of like a film noirish vibe, which we talked about in the preview, and we see it in the film. It stars Margaret Qualley as the friend, who's sort of our femme fatale character, Glenn Powell, who's our hero, and Jessica Henwick, who is sort of the good girl in this scenario. Then you get an appearance by guys like Ed Harris and Topher Grace. Bill Camp is in there, who he's great. He plays the uncle. It's told in this noir-esque confessional structure, so you get a lot of the noir tropes. You get the femme fatale, you get the good girl, you get the wisecracking guy, you get a narration, a voiceover. It's got a lot of that stuff. And plot-wise, I got to say, it's really tight. Like, it's a really tight story. You're like, it moves really well. It comes in at a nice hour 45. It's not 3 hours or 2.5 hours like a lot of films are. What was your impression of it? What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was a very capable movie. It stands out as a film noir. It's not like something you'll come out applying to it. It's like, oh, it feels like it. No. Everything, every like beat is film noir. And everybody's very capable in it. Everybody does what they're supposed to do. Everybody looks the way they're supposed to look. And so it's it's well made, well paced. It's beautifully shot. It's good. It's good. It's very good. It's very capable. It does everything that it's supposed to do, and yet it seems missing an ingredient. And I think it's not, and it's across the board. It's not just Ford's lack of style, which does kind of come off. It's Powell's like 1 degree less. He's not quite Alan Ladd, but he's not Dan Duryea. He does what he's supposed to do, but he doesn't provide something. It's hard to necessarily put it on him, but it seems like he's coming in that way with a couple of movies where it's like he does everything he's supposed to do, and yet there's an ingredient missing, and it's hard to place. His character, and maybe it's also the way it's written, Powell's character comes off as somebody who's he's cynical, and very much anti-hero, but then also wants to play somebody who's likable. The audience, the I don't know if it's the filmmaker, I don't know if it's the script, I don't know if it's him, but or it's a combination where they have to sell this guy as very likable, and I think that was a mistake.
I think we get good performances all the way around. I don't agree with you that it's the casting. I think the casting is fine. My argument for the missing ingredient is, like it's like they got the steak, they got the potatoes, but it's not well seasoned enough. And the seasoning does not come for me in the performances. The seasoning comes in the style of the direction. We get all of the noir tropes. We get the narrator, we get the good girl, the bad girl, we get all of these different characters who are kind of seedy and so forth, but we don't get the style of noir. And people mistake noir for a genre. It's not a genre, it's a style. You can make a noir western if you wanted to. But it's a style that is very specific. And it's when you're playing with light and shadow, and if you do use color, you use color as sort of a weapon. And I also think that it doesn't lean into the seedy nature of this whole thing. I think that the script wants us to like this guy because he's killing unlikable people, and he's started from a place of disadvantage like most of us do. So we're supposed to sympathize with this guy, and naturally all of the people he's murdering are these rich, these rich people who are terrible and obnoxious and seedy, and it's like, is it too much to ask us to like this guy who's doing this? He's basically a serial killer at this point. He's just a very specific serial killer. But like, if the script wants us to like a serial killer just because the people he's killing aren't very likable. I think it was cast fine. I think Qualley is great. I think Powell is great. I just think they might be relying upon his persona and charm a little heavily. The thing that I thought was missing from Margaret Qualley's scenes is sex.
Right.
This is a film noir. You have a femme fatale. The femme fatale character, but yet they never, like, I don't even know if he even kisses her. Like, this is the cleanest, like, it's sterile in a way.
Yes.
Where and it's not that the character's not sexy. She's very sexy, but he never gives into her. There's no, like, and I
Right.
think if we had gone to that darker side.
That's what I'm saying. Where he's our point of view. And if he's not bothering to try and have sex with him, why are we going through this whole thing?
He's like too good for this character. He's like, it's
Yeah,
like
but then it's sometimes he wants to be good and then throw back at you. But you like being rich. You're the one. It's like, what? Wait a minute. Wait. Are you trying to gaslight me while I'm not sure exactly. And also, I'm trying to identify with a guy who lives not just he didn't grow up just middle class. He grew up in the dream of what the middle class would love to be, which is like dwindling, and then acquires a lifestyle and a job, and that's like people would dream about, and then and never gets really across why, no, we want to throw all of this away just so we could live like Ed Harris in this great big mausoleum, and what where I was never sold as to why, other than like, you're greedy too, just like me. We're all so and so, and if you were due this money, you would kill a whole bunch of people also. I don't know. Was it him, the script, or the director? I don't know, but it was not sold.
Now, I will say, there were some genuine surprises in it, some genuine laughs. Like, it is a dark comedy, but like,
it's a good movie. Don't not watch it. Don't go in expecting like, oh man, this took me back to the days when they. it may spark a thing. It may spark something in you to go back and watch old movies, which I hope does.
If they had leaned into the shadows, if they had leaned into the darkness, if they had brought out the sex and violence, I would have been like, yeah, like I would have just been like so into this movie. Not that it had to go like full Sin City, but and it didn't have to like be in black and white or anything, but like because all of like the map was laid out for a really fun noir, if they had just like taken that and like played it to the hilt, it would have
Yeah.
been much more entertaining. Not that it wasn't entertaining. I thought it was very captivating, the movie. And I think although all the performances are great, I think Margaret Qualley is a movie star. Glenn Powell I think he's really good in this. I think I don't give letter grades, but it's a solid B minus. But I felt like it could have been an A plus if they had really leaned into it and given us more. Like we could have used, but more sex, more violence, more style, like,
Yeah.
and just like played that to the hilt. If they had done that, I think it would have been magnificent. But as it is, it's a very good movie and it's very well done. Anyway, though, still, very good. Worth seeing. I would say it's a solid stream it. You know, I don't know if
Yeah.
people are going to run out to the movies, but for me, that's definitely a solid stream. I'd say it's a solid stream it.
So I would say for fans of the individual actors, um, I don't know. I guess uh and film noir fans, yeah, they should see it just because it hits on those points more than some other movies recently, and just to get your fix.
This is the BTRP Media Network.